three. Where's my coffee and donuts? Oh, that's the bombing run signal. I have to go.
Dave, it's really bad out here, and that's the bombing run signal. I have to go. That's the bombing run signal. I have to go.
Welcome, everyone, to this Justin News Bombing Run. This is the Comedians Game Show. Tonight, we got three great comics to compete against tonight. They're competing to be on my show on Saturdays called This Justin News Comedy Club Show. And we're going to see who is a Joker Ace, first place, or Bomber, third place. If you get second place, come back. Even the Bomber, please come back. My judges are always different. And I want us to give a big round of applause to this judge that I got tonight, Judge Dredd. Yeah, all right. Woo-hoo. That's amazing I got Judge Dredd, because he is, I am the law. That's the only line I know of that show. A movie, I am the law. That's all I know. Anyway, it's been one of those weeks. I'm surprised I made it through this night. I'm your host, General A.A. Ron. I'm going to get to pick one of these comics to be the first comic up. Then you get 5 minutes. You do a 5-minute set, and then my judge will decide in between sets when he's ready to go, or he or she or they, or it. I had the Mars rover once, so I'm just going to say that once. That was fun. It was all in binary. It was hard to read the notes, I'll tell you that. Oh, man. It's tough, but Judge Dredd is from the future, so I'm not quite sure if I understand the language as much. They kind of write in this hieroglyphics too. There, I'm not sure what's going on there. So, with all that gone through and everything, I want to get us to our first comic tonight, and I get to pick who goes first. Since we are on a bombing run, I just pull up whoever I want first. So, coming up to the stage is comedian David Parsons. Yeah! Woo!
Thank you, General. It's lovely to be here. I'm going to get to my set in a minute, but first of all, I want to go for a few breaking news items for you. Donald Trump has just announced that he's in favor of scrapping the Electoral College. Apparently, he wants to replace it with the Electoral Trump University.
Oh.
Basically the same, but he always comes out on top and everybody else feels shafted. Also just in, Trump supporters are clamoring for him to be added to Mount Rushmore.
Oh.
Now that's an obvious non-starter, but space has been found for him on Mount St. Helens as long as he supervises the carving himself. And final news item. President Trump has told advisors that he will not wear a coat when he goes out in the cold. Apparently, he doesn't like it. He hates the color. It's all scratchy, and they can't make him. All right. As a 6'8" comic, the first thing that people generally notice about me is that I'm tall. Okay, yes, I'm fat also. But I way prefer to focus on the metric that doesn't cause diabetes, heart disease, general social disapproval, crushed lawn chairs, scared looks when I head to the buffet line, desperation when I move to the middle seat on an airplane, or questions from small children about whether I have a baby in my tummy. But don't get me wrong, obesity is no laughing matter. I went to see a dietitian just the other day, and she told me she was very concerned about my body mass index. She showed me on a chart, and I left feeling totally despondent because I have no idea how I'm going to gain 3 feet in height. By now, you've probably picked up on the merest trace of an accent. I wasn't born in the United States. I was born in England and moved here 20 years ago. Now, while both of my countries speak a language they call English, words in America sometimes have different meanings, and this can cause confusion to the newcomer. In America, the word fanny is slang for buttocks. In England, a fanny is a vagina.
Oh.
So you can imagine my confusion when an American friend said, gee, I went on a long bike ride yesterday, my fanny's still sore. How the hell were you sitting on the saddle, lady? Does my fanny look big in these pants? Well, there's a little camel. No, you look fantastic, honey. I know parenting's different these days, but if I misbehaved when I was a little girl, my daddy would spank my fanny hard. What the hell did you just say? Staying on the subject of genitals for a second, to the English, beavers aren't remotely sexual. In fact, the youngest Girl Scouts are called Beaver Scouts and are led by a gray beaver. Please, sir, would you like to buy some beaver cookies? Not really, no. In England, rubbers are used to erase pencil marks. Not here, which explains the strange look I got when, before a test in college, I told an American classmate that I didn't have a rubber and asked if she had a spare I might borrow. What? I said. I'm just trying to prevent myself from making a mistake I'll pay for later. Well, I didn't get that rubber, and she sat as far away from me as she could. And as I feared, the need arose during the test, and I just had to rub one out as best as I could.
Oh.
In England, my favorite dessert has a very strange name. To the English, a spotted dick is a delicious raisin cake, best served warm. To Americans, a spotted dick is an excellent reason to call your physician immediately. In either event, it's way better if you slather it with cream.
Oh.
This one's the worst. This one's the worst. I'll end on this. American use of the word spunk leaves me positively queasy. In America, spunk means courage and determination, but in England, spunk is slang for semen. And I have a friend who describes her 14-year-old daughter as full of spunk. Oh, God, I hope not. Well, General, I salute you, Judge Dredd. I submit myself to your wise judgment. You are the law, but I am your humble supplicant competing for this honor. Thank you very much. I'm David Parsons.
All right, let's give a round of applause, everybody. Yeah, all right. And where can we find you on social media? So give my judge a little time to evaluate.
You can find me on Facebook under my name, David James Parsons. You can also find me on Twitter and Instagram, and my handles there are both at D Parsons Comedy. So you can look me up on all three of those social media sites.
Okay, you were just a little low, but we got it. All right, awesome. All right. The judges said, I have judged the English bloke. So apparently we're ready to go to the next one. And you know what? This was awesome. Thank you, David. That was awesome. My brick wall has caused a problem back here. You know what? That's what green screens do. They come apart somehow. All right. Hey, that's the fun about Zoom calls. You never know what's going to interrupt you. My lieutenant dog Twiggy decided to come down here and make a ruckus, so I hope she didn't get involved in the sound. Oh.
She's up for a demotion.
I'm sure she is. All right. Thank you so much. And now we're going to go to our next comic. Please welcome to the stage, Charlotte Parker. Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Y'all hear me okay?
Yes.
Awesome. All right. I'll tell you guys a little bit about me. People usually assume when they first meet me that I'm Irish, Catholic, and straight when I'm actually Jewish, queer, and depressed. Although in comedy, that's just called being a triple threat. So if anything, it's an advantage. I am, in fact, a ginger Jew, which scientists have classified as critically endangered. If you don't know, now you do. I was raised Jewish, and I noticed kind of a trend in Jewish holidays over the years. Most of them have the same theme, which is, hey, remember that time everyone tried to kill us and they mostly failed? Okay, cool. Let's eat.
Oh.
That's basically it. I found out not too long ago that some anti-Semitic people like to call us Jews cockroaches. And I actually think that's kind of fitting, though, because other religions have been trying to exterminate us for centuries, right? The Inquisition, the Crusades, hummus shortages, other travesties like that. And no matter what, we just keep crawling back out of the woodwork like, ha-ha, we're still here. We are the chosen people. Let's go convince everyone to get circumcised. And we scurry away. I mean, I bet even the dinosaurs discriminated against the Jewish dinosaurs back in the day. Like, no, Stegosaurus, you go to that watering hole over there. Trolling all the dinosaur media. But I'm convinced, if God forbid there ever is some kind of nuclear war, that Jews, cockroaches, Betty White, and Keith Richards will be the only survivors. So you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. I have stopped using dating apps lately because straight people keep ruining them for me. These straight women keep showing up on my feed because they check off the men and women boxes because they're new in town and they're just looking for friends. On Tinder. Which is like walking into a vegan restaurant and going, I'm just here for steak. Like, okay, we don't serve that here though, and you're upsetting a lot of lesbians, so how about you just leave? One dating app that's worked out a lot better for me though is Amazon. I don't know if anyone here has ever tried it, but I cannot recommend it highly enough. I met a professional back massager who had really high ratings. So that was what caught my eye. What caught her eye was that my credit card works, and that was it. That was her only standard. She's a professional back massager, and I already said that. But I'm just focused on that. But, what else? She's got a really vibrant personality, too, which I like a lot. But she's an introvert like me. I mean, most of the time she just likes to stay home and, recharge her batteries. But then other times she's got, like, way more energy. Okay, I'll admit, though. I mean, she could be a bit intense sometimes, depending on how much I've been pushing her buttons. But, it's a good relationship because we communicate really well. I mean, she never sends me cryptic text messages. She never gives me the cold shoulder. She never has to ask if I came, which is refreshing, frankly. So anyway, I work with little kids. I teach acting classes at a children's theater. And I tend to work with the 5 to 7-year-olds who I don't tell about my stand-up for obvious reasons, partly because I don't want them to learn some new things way too early. Like, wow, Miss Charlotte must be a really lazy cook. She keeps talking about other people tossing her salad for her. Well, Miss Charlotte really prefers tacos to eggplants. I don't know why she kept bringing that up on stage, though. Or, I saw Miss Charlotte's set, and I don't think cream pie always means food. Yeah, I don't even have jokes about any of those things. I was just hungry when I wrote that. One of the best things about working with little kids is that they have no filter whatsoever. One of my students came up to me once during a class, poked me in the stomach, and said, "Is that a baby?" And my first thought was, no, it's a 26-year-old with feelings. And I thought, this is a teachable moment. I should talk to her about this. So took a deep breath, knelt down so I was on her level. And I said, listen, bitch. This actually was a baby, but you just poked a hole right through it. So not anymore. Thanks. Oh, no, don't cry. You take me a trip to the pharmacy. It's okay. And on that dark note, my name is Charlotte Parker. Thank you guys so much. This has been awesome.
All right. Thank you, Charlotte. Let's give a round of applause to Charlotte. And where can we find you on social media, Charlotte?
My username for almost everything is CharCharParPar. I also have a TikTok. It's Charlotte Parker Comedy. But everything else, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, CharCharParPar.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being part of this game show. And I'm just
thanks for having me.
Oh, that's a blast. This is like a little game show. It's growing. And you know what? The judge is obviously on his toes because he's ready to pass judgment. He's already passed judgment on Charlotte. Let's see how this goes. So we got one more comic to go tonight. So let's please welcome to the stage Miles Francis. Yeah. Woo!
Thank you, guys. I'm really excited to be here. I've actually been spending a lot of time with my family recently, which has been going okay because I have edibles. If you don't know, edibles are marijuana-infused food, and the reason they exist is for awkward family gatherings. If you don't believe me, next time you find yourself having one, just eat a pot cookie and see how much better your situation gets. But better yet, let's say there's like one member of your family that's just like driving you up the wall. Give them a pot cookie. That is going to 180 your visit immediately, guys. I guarantee it. But you might have to deal with some awkward questions from the rest of the family. Like, for instance, they might ask, why has Grandma been sleeping like a rock for the last 4 hours? That's why they call it stoned?
Oh.
Wait a second. Grandma was awfully giggly at lunch earlier. Just in real high spirits, I guess. Son, what do you know? Guys, chill, relax, get off my back. Have a cookie. I actually work at a bar down here in Dallas, and I had some out-of-towners come in the other day, and I offered them our special. It was a Texas margarita with a swirl. They agreed to try it, but they kind of looked at me funny, and they take one sip, and they say, wow, you can barely even taste the swirl. These people thought I offered them a margarita with a mammal in it, and they still agreed to try it. I was terrified when they asked for a Moscow Mule.
Oh.
I don't just work at a bar, I also dabble in acting, and actually got a really cool gig not too long ago. I got to play the dude from The Big Lebowski. Any Lebowski fans? Yeah, dude. It was great, but a little weird because I got in trouble for being high on the job. Guys, Jeff Bridges is like this incredible award-winning actor who is able to bring this beloved stoner character to life just by rubbing his eyeballs red between takes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not that good of an actor. I had to do method acting, y'all, like get into character. I'm just glad I wasn't playing a character that was into harder drugs, because then I would have just been meth acting.
Oh.
So guys, I'm an older millennial. Like I am a millennial, but I just barely made the cut. So like I was kind of born in between memes and meh. Like one of my favorite activities is to kick kids off of my lawn while I enjoy a nice slice of avocado toast. But as an older millennial, I do like to think of myself as woke, but man, I got tested on that hard the other day because I booked a massage and I requested a female masseuse, but when I got there, they only had dudes. So I had to like have a conversation with myself and like, this is a professional service. He's a professional. It's fine. Well, you know how your biggest fear when you get a massage is that you're going to fart during it? That should not be your biggest fear. Your biggest fear should be that your masseuse is going to fart during your massage. Because here I find myself with my face down in the splash zone, and this dude is like letting them rip, y'all. And these are not dainty little lady farts. These are like bellowing man farts. I can feel them moving through me. And honestly, the absolute worst part was the stench completely ruined the happy ending for me. All right, y'all, I'll end on this one. One of the things I miss most about just being able to go out and about is going to concerts. I really miss concerts, but every time I go to a concert, I always find myself watching the bass player and thinking to myself, I could do that. Like, honestly, guys, next time you get a chance to go to a concert, watch every other member of the band pour their heart and their soul into every second of that song. And then watch the bass player. Guys, all I'm saying is if bass players were any lazier of artists, they'd be doing stand-up comedy.
Oh.
Thank you so much. My name's Miles Francis.
All right, let's give a round of applause to Miles Francis, everyone. Woo! And where can we find you on social media?
You can find me everywhere at Mr. Most Days Off.
Awesome. All right. Thank you so much. And I'm going to go back to me. And I'm just waiting for Judge Dredd to decide who's first, second, and third right now. Oh, the judge says it's a hard choice. And just know that I thank all you comics for being on the show tonight. You are so awesome. The judge is saying the same thing. You guys are so awesome. So everybody give a round of applause to each of you. Yeah, you guys were awesome. Thank you so much for being part of this game show that has literally just pins to give away and a spot on my show. If there's any money involved, please give it to me. I'm kidding. I hope you guys make some money on it someday, somehow. I don't know how. But this will be on my YouTube channel later on tonight, so I will send you the link, and you get to watch yourselves all over again. All right. That's high praise from the judge. But judge just told me I should book all of you. So you know what? That probably will happen. Yes. But for tonight, we do have a first, second, and third. First tonight, the winner of Bombing Run is Miles Francis. Yeah! How do you feel about winning tonight?
Man, great. Like I said before, we're all friends, so this was just a really good time. Thank you for letting us play along. This is cool.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And second place goes to David Parsons. Oh! Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I did catch in all the This Just In news little headlines you were throwing in there, so it was a nice touch, by the way. Thank you so much for playing. And you know what? Like the judge says, I probably will book you, so just keep in contact with me, and we'll get together. And you know what? I'll send you some swag, maybe the lower discount swag, maybe the dog is eating. All right. And tonight's bomber is amazing, but she is a great comic. So let's give a round of applause to Charlotte Parker. Yeah. All right. And you know what? Charlotte's been on my show, so she doesn't bomb. She just is awesome. It was a fun competition tonight. So
it's high competition. It was yeah.
Yeah, it was tight competition. I'll tell you what, you guys all had me laughing at various jokes, and you know what? That's why I don't want to be the judge. I always give my judges the hardest job in the world to do tonight. I just host this show. So, you know what? You guys were awesome. And let's give another round of applause to my judge, Judge Dredd. Thank you, Judge Dredd. And now he'll just uphold the law and take over for everybody, and that'll be the way it goes. But that's our show for tonight. There is no show this Saturday on this Justin News Comedy Club show. I always record this down at my bar, and we're having a party. A social distancing party, or else let's all be masked. But no show tomorrow night. That's how it is. They don't want to watch me do Zoom comedy for some reason. I don't understand. He's standing in front of a webcam just talking to other people. They want me to interact. What's going on? Yeah, really? What?
How do you even do that?
You're asking the wrong person. I'm serious. Thank you guys for being part of the show. That was Bombing Run. Stay tuned next week for another 3 comics to show up for this game, and we'll see who's the Joker Ace and the Bomber for that. Until next time, thank you, everyone, and good night.
This has been an oddly funny production